Hi guys, Tour here with a new video. In this video, we are going to do a Epoch update, or let's say no update. And what I truly think about Project Epoch now that I have been not playing for a very long time, actually, very long time for a private server, I would say. And there was a lot of like hopium and copium about like Epoch right now. Like not right now, but like back when I left, saying that like Ascension was going to like get a team up and um, put updates to, I would say, keep it alive. Well, it is none of it. So we are on the Ascension Discord. Nothing special, right? Ascension announcements, nothing about Epoch, as you can see. Warcraft Reborn, which is logical. It's their baby, so obviously they're going to promote it as much as they can. Obviously, Bronzebeard announcements are often enough to say that it is not dead, and they're working. Obviously, it just came out literally, I think, 5th of October or something like that. I think I don't remember when it was launching anymore. I think it launched at I think in October, right? I think it was in October, like third of October or something like that. Anyways, and then obviously you have Koa announcements, which is not here; it's on a different Discord. And then you have Epoch announcements, which the last few announcements are Volchan releasing a new world boss, which literally doesn't do much. Anyways, like the gear is not like super consequential, and it's also not like the thing that people wait on a private server, like I would say just a World of Warcraft server. Let's keep it that, because a lot of people do think it's a classic plus, so you can actually like give some slack. Nobody's rushing for MC, but at the end, when there is no tier 1 open, there is no raid open, actually no raids open, then it just is like empty. And obviously leveling is a great experience, but at the end, no update since pretty much half a month, more than half a month actually. Like let's say roughly 24 days, 23 days, something like that, which is like pretty abysmal. And then that one like got deleted because they didn't do it, the maintenance. Um, so basically, Epoch is dead in the water. There is like nothing that is like keeping it alive. From the few people that still play Epoch, they said like it was between 350, 500 depending on the server. Obviously, you have probably Kezan a bit more. I don't know. But Gurubashi was kind of dead on that. And like the BGs were not really popping anymore. There was no real reason to play it. Obviously, they do bug fixes. So you have bug fixes, but as you can see, most of the bug fixes have the same name. It's not like they're bug fixing a lot of stuff, different stuff. Like no, they're bug fixing the same stuff that has been reported multiple times, and that is the priority. Something that is reported multiple times, they're going to fix it and try to fix it. Obviously, like for example, Rune of Dawn. You have so many Rune of Dawn like reports that literally you can count this one literally from there till the first Rune of Dawn as one report, I would say. So it is useless to say that it is like a lot of fixes. No, it is like a placebo where they only like close down the bug reports that have the same name or the same purpose. On the Epoch discussion, obviously you have a lot of people like with Hopium, like trying to ask when is the next update. But at the end, I understand Ascension, right? So I'm going to take part on like the Ascension part of the thing. Obviously, Ascension they got like hot potatoed on the Epoch servers, so obviously they didn't really want to like create content for that server. It was more Ascension, like Epoch was going to do the developing of the server, and the structural, the server side was going to be handled by Ascension, and they would maybe give a few assets here and there to help with the implementation of Classic Plus. And vice versa, to be fair, like a lot of the things from Bronzebeard kind of resembles as well as Epoch. Like for example, the cards you have the same on Bronzebeard, which kind of shows that probably same-minded people have the same concept or ideas. So obviously they take down like they take it from each other. I guess. Um, but the core problem that I was seeing is, again, the server launched, I think, mid August. Let's say 15th of August. I think it was a bit sooner, but 15th of August it launched. And we are today, 19th of October, and that is like pretty much 2 months away, and there is still no raids up. And I'm a PvP guy, I don't really care about raids, but obviously, raids being up means that season 1 is going to be up. And the few things that made me leave was before, like, again, we were thinking that it was like going to be abandoned by Ascension, because for me it is abandoned. They are trying to look for a team that is competent enough to make content on Epoch. So it will take a long time, and I think at the end they're going to shut it down. I think they're trying to gain a bit of time, because right now the player base doesn't really justify a new team working on a project that is not their baby. So there is no reason to put like competition for Bronzebeard, that is obviously doing way better than Epoch, but I would say that Bronzebeard is doing kind of worse than Turtle in general. Like if you look at pure player base that is sticking around, most of the time you're going to look on Bronzebeard is that most people are like lower levels and they're like tourists, which is fine. But I do think that the population on Epoch was really good when everything went well. Like it was like around the 5k pop, 6k pop sometimes on Gurubashi. And then the dev left and the devs left, and that literally just like shut down the whole server. And then Ascension came back, Dutch came back, everyone was hyped about it, and at the end, no team. And obviously, like I said, since it was not really their intention to get Epoch with the dev, they are like probably opening some doors still with like, if we have a dev team, we're going to put content up. But obviously, they saw the numbers dwindling down even more, and now I, if I'm putting in their shoes, let's talk like that. If I'm like Ascension, if I'm Dutch, why would I put a team up for just under 1,000 concurrent players? That is just not good business. I think, like, again, Ascension is a business, it's a company. Nobody on their dev team is working for free, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't think it is good business to work on Epoch right now. And it's really a shame. Don't wanna like talk like about why it failed, but let's talk about the few things that were very good about Epoch, which I hope they're going to do it in Classic Plus. I think World PvP leveling was fantastic, is fantastic. Like those quests where you had to be in every zone, killing 5 players, and that was a daily, which is really great. You have obviously great XP for Warzone Gulch. You had obviously lower level PvP items. So again, from PvP perspective, this is like money and gold into the ears of players that are like truly about PvP. Like being able to be level 15, get P50 level 15 gear, like completely decked out. Then level 25, you get another power spike. Level 35 as well, 45 as well, and you could farm different sets of gears if you are like really committed to Warzone Gulch. You could get like a healer set, you can get a DPS set, you can be doing mix and match with the sets as well. Makes you a bit more tanky, which kind of removes the maybe charm about Classic, although for me it's not really a charm, like, but removes a lot of the random one shots that could actually occur when you are playing on a Classic server. Like everyone knows, when Classic hits AQ40 or like Nax, the power level, the power creep is ridiculous in PvP. Like people just get destroyed, one-shotted. And you can like right now boot up Spine Shatter if you want to. It's Nax Phase 6. Like when I say Spine Shatter, like Classic Anniversary, and play a Warzone Gulch or go in open world, try to fight someone that is really geared, like a Warlock or a Mage or even a Rogue, you might just die in a kidney shot. Just is what it is. You might just die in a Shadowburn or Conflag Shadowburn combo, for example. And I think it's not really healthy for a PvP competitive setting when you don't have like gear that is actually trying to diminish the amount of damage that is going on to you. So that's a good thing for me, at least. As a PvPer. I think the PvE was also great. I think the leveling was smooth because a lot of the quests are there, new quests that are not always as well scripted, but did its work, and that was the main purpose, pretty much. I think their ideas were very good about like how they went from MC Onyxia and then they wanted to go Ulduar first instead of going from BWL, which again I think that's something that needs to be done for Classic Plus. Please don't go like the usual route, which is MC only, BWL, AQ40, ZG, and like a ZG before AQ40, obviously, and then obviously you have then next Ramas. You don't want to have that like same amount of phases for the same amount of like raids. What I would do is either like have all the raids coming up at the time where it is supposed to do come out, but obviously with new content, new raids, new side raids, why not? Or you just disrupt it and you put Nextramas way later or way sooner. It could be interesting to maybe do Nextramas as a first phase. Why not? Like it does make sense because you are already fighting the Scourge and Scarlet Monastery. You already see all the Scarlet mobs in Eastern Playlands and Western Playlands. You see a lot of the undeads and the demons and whatnot in those two zones. So the lore is already established. So you could actually start with Naxxramas. Obviously, it needs to be tuned down, but you could like play with that. That's interesting to do with a Classic Plus. I think the world should still be in Azeroth and not like going into Outland, for example. Even Northrend, I would like to have it, but that's again, it seems like another planet when you are playing Raft. Like you're not really going back in Azeroth. Like you're not coming back in Eastern Plague, like in the Eastern Kingdoms or the Kalimdor. So obviously that's something that is also not really classic. But like for example, if you put Hyjal or like Uldum, that those are really good like zones that are inside of Azeroth, the world of Azeroth, and it will not make the world smaller. Not everyone is going to go and stick with Uldum. They're not going to raid log there. They're not going to DC there. They're going to like go to Uldum to do their stuff and then go back to whatever activity they were going to do. That's my idea. And I think Epoch had so much potential. They went very, very well with it. And well, that's where when you put so much hope into like a project and you already like so invested into a project that the downfall is so much bigger, right? And that's kind of my fault and probably a good reason why I got like really burnt out of private servers. Bronzebeard is not bad, but for me it's not Classic Plus. That's one of the reasons why I don't play it. I just think it's not like it's okay. People can love it and will love it, and that's fine. But personally, Bronzebeard is nowhere near what I would like to have as a Classic Plus. I think Raft Talents is a bit too much. I think the scaling in the open world is also a bit too much, even though it is a bit harder at the start, then it becomes way easier. Obviously, you have the challenges and the trials, whatever you want to call it, that is making it harder for you if you wanted to, but I think the baseline experience should be classic. Should be like a 1v1 with a mob just might kill you. It should not be scaling with your level as well. It should not be an option either. I think there's a few things like I see Bronzebeard that they're doing very well, but it's like for me when I look at Bronzebeard, I look that it's seems the same as Ascension to me, and it's not a bad thing because Bronzebeard is Ascension. But if you play Bronzebeard and you go on, let's say, Area 52, or no, I don't know what it's called, Area 52 free pick, or you go into Elune Season 9, for example, you play it, you will feel that the gameplay is very similar. The only thing that Bronzebeard is that it is a class lock system, so it means that if you're a mage, you're not going to get warrior abilities, while on those other servers, you will have mix and matches, and that's why like it plays a bit different, but it feels 100% literally the same two servers. And that's why I got like a bit of a setback, because I made a video about like telling myself and the viewers that I really love Bronzebeard. So I was doing a rogue PvP video in Warzone Gulch. I had a lot of fun. But then like I realized the more I played it, like, do I want to post a video while I feel like it's okay, it's fun, but like I'm not going to stick on it. Like I know already like I'm not gonna get level 60. I know already like I'm not going to do more than that, because it seems for me that it is still an Ascension server, and I had my fun with the free pick and the seasonal servers that have Ascension, but I'm like done with it from a long time ago. And right now I'm just looking at the distance, like from, for example, the Mac Krabby, I don't know how it's called, like the YouTuber from like Ascension. Does a lot of Ascension videos. I watched like all his videos, like when I was actually like playing Ascension. So I was interested, but like right now I'm like literally just disconnected from like anything that Ascension does. And from for me, like Bronzebeard just left me the same taste. So I felt like, okay, I want to back up. And also the private server fatigue. Like I don't feel like I want to invest my time again in a private server, which Bronzebeard has at least the longevity behind the Ascension like project, so that's a good thing, because they're not going to abandon Bronzebeard. They worked way too hard for that. While Epoch, I kind of thought it was going to be the same. They worked way too hard for it, like 4 years in the making, and they just drop it at the first season desist, which is fine, understandable. Like again, everyone is human, and they don't want to get problems, which is normal. But at the end, like it kind of destroyed anything that they did for those 4 years. So like you worked for nothing basically, except if you had fun while doing it. But whatever. So this kind of video I wanted to make. I don't want to like drag it out a bit too long. So I talked about Epoch. I talked about the last update. Talked about like the future being grim for it. Epoch, it's already grim. Like it's already dead. Like any private server with the same amount of numbers would just declare itself dead, or like just not played, or like just like one of the most unpopular servers like ever. Epoch went from like having a great amount of pop, like having to open different servers, to being abandoned like by everyone, the players, the devs, Ascension as well, which are understandable. Like I don't like, I think Ascension did well. Like they should actually cut it off, but I think they are scared of the backlash, which I understand. Um, but yeah, that's the only thing that makes them, maybe they want to work as a side project, like if it ever comes up again. But I think the name should be dished again. Like I think Epoch should not call Epoch again. Like if it really relaunches one day. But yeah, again, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.